Get some deals. Bearded barter in the house.
So tell me about this garage sale that we're going to.
So it's supposed to be a big, looks like an estate sale. It's indoor, heated. They said they want to sell stuff cheap and get rid of everything. So we'll see what they have. They seem to have some records and electronics there.
What do you think a good price is for, they had some record players, right? What do you think a good price is for a record player?
I don't know, it depends on the record player and the condition, but I would like to try to be in under $10 a piece.
$10 for a record player?
Yeah.
Oh.
Preferably 5.
Wow, okay. What is the furthest you would travel for a garage sale? So like today it's about a 15-minute drive?
Yeah. Probably trying to stay within 2 hours.
2 hours one way?
Yeah, but it has to look pretty enticing to go that far out.
What would a garage sale need to have for you to travel for 2 hours?
Just lots of stuff that I think can be resold and a profit. So as far as the sale we're going to, I saw it advertised on Facebook Marketplace. I didn't know if it was like a garage sale, an estate sale, an auction. It was just basically kind of listing that they were looking to get rid of everything they could quick and cheap. And it's what it turned out to be. This guy owns this antique mall, so he was basically selling out all his overstock inventory. Okay, so here we are walking in. Didn't know what to expect. Sweet dog though, super nice dog that was just chilled through this whole time. It was kind of overwhelming the amount of stuff that was in here. My only kind of regret was I filled my car up too quick. So there's a lot more stuff that I just didn't have room to get. One thing I will just kind of advise here, if you see electronics in the wild, you can just type in the brand name, like if it's Sony or Pioneer, and all like stereo receivers, CD players, there's always going to be a model number on the front or the back. If you just type that in the eBay search, it'll bring it up for you there. And here I sell these records at $5 a box. There's roughly about 50 records a box in there. So, you know, at 10 cents a record, I was just grabbing everything to make sure I got it, and if some are bad. Yeah, that waffle maker was pretty sweet, but it didn't have the power cord with it, and I didn't think with comps it would really be more than that. And there's Hamster Kung Fu, so we saw him. And again, there's just tons of stuff in this place, and a lot of it I wish I kind of would have just went back and looked through and maybe came back, but you win some, you lose some, but we still did really good with this deal. Here was the guy, he was trying to barter with him a little bit, and he was pretty firm on the money, and kind of came at me that was just a great deal the way it was, and I pointed out that I didn't know if any of the stuff actually worked, that some of it was a little bit damaged and would have to be repaired. So I think he was roughly at a price of about $140 for everything, and I ended up getting it for $110. I came at him at $90. And you can see here the car is just filled to the brim with stuff right now. It was just packed full, so no room for anything else.
Okay, so how much did you spend for all of this? $110. And how much do you think all of this is worth, or what you can get for it?
I'm gonna say as long as everything works, not including the records, we're probably looking somewhere between $1,000 to $1,500 in electronics, and then plus whatever the value on the records are. But I know a record guy that'll give me $5 a box if they're not worth anything. I'll break even on what I paid for the records, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, $5 a box for all of these records, but we don't know what's in them. The Joe Jones special.
Looks like a lot of jazz. Hey guys, so this is my first YouTube video. I just like thrifting, garage sailing, reselling to make a profit, and would love to help anybody out by just sharing information. So you guys out there, leave me a comment. Let me know what you want to see or talk about, or if you have any questions. If it's something I can answer, I'd be more than happy to help you out. Alright, so here's everything as far as electronics for the haul, except the speakers cleaned up, ready to be listed. And here comes the recap in about 3, 2. Hey guys, just following up with the electronics haul from the other day. So I got most of these, the price averaged out about $10 a piece. So I have 2 record players here. Now the needle attachment is not on it. I have not looked into it yet, but I think I can fix this. If not, I'll sell it as parts. As far as these turntables, I briefly looked at them. I want to say these, or not new, excuse me, used, they're going for in working order around $75. For parts, they're still selling out at like $25. This record player actually looks at work. It's a little scratched up on the case, but what I'll probably do is actually just keep this one for myself. As far as these receivers, some vintage Sony receivers here. These are going out for, the amp was about $300 what I saw in comps in this, and again I'll put up some comps so you can see those. This one's going for the receiver is going for about $150. Now, quick tip, what I like to do when I buy any type of stereo equipment, DVD player, VCR combos, VCRs, really any type of retro electronics, if you go online and search the model number, you can typically find the manuals for them. And I print them out, I put them with the listing, take pictures, as well as if you have any cords there for like the RCA cables for VCRs, do the same. Put it in the listing just a little bit. You can usually pick these up at thrift stores for about $1 to $2, or if you catch them in the wild. If you're buying any electronics at thrift stores, a lot of times they're connected to the back. Just something a little extra there that you can put with your listing that helps it sell and brings a little more value and makes you stand out against the competition. So we have the Pioneer receiver here. This was going for, or it's actually listed up now for $100. This classic Zenith AM FM radio, it does work. It's a little rough looking, but apparently these are pretty rare. I have it up right now for $150, and it's got like 3 or 4 watchers on it already. Emerson single CD player, these are going for about $50. And then, especially a thing to be on the lookout for if you come across them, vintage remotes. Just with old equipment, a lot of these can't be programmed with universal remotes. It's not like somebody can just go and order one off Amazon. You can get anywhere between usually $10 to $50 per remote, depending on how rare it is. If you check the comps, usually your remotes are going to have a model number on them. If you don't see it on the remote itself, a lot of times they will be listed in with the battery pack. There, if you open that up, you can see that. Or you can take, if you can't find it, they're not always there. You can do a little bit of a Google image search of it and typically find them. One thing you want to make sure you check though, check the batteries. If they're really corroded, pass on them, they won't work. If there's just a little bit of corrosion, you usually can take a Q-tip and some high percentage rubbing alcohol, like about 98%, and clean it out. That will usually get it off, that corrosion, so you can work there with it. And also within this, we got an 8-track player here, an old Pioneer.
and I believe that was comped at about $75. Not sure on that one, I don't really remember, but again, I'll put up comparable listings so you can see that. And then the big score with it is there was boxes of records at $5 a piece. So I got 4 boxes of records. Went through them a little bit, haven't had a chance yet to go and price them out. I'm still kind of checking condition, counting them, but it was a total of about 350 records. And from what I can tell, everything I've checked comp wise, like minimum is going for $5 a record, but I'd say most of them I've seen are kind of in the $10 range. I've found a few in the $20 to $25 range. So I mean, if you just do the math, $5, if they all sell for that, and I don't get free shipping on those, so buyer pays, but you can ship records medium mail, so it's not very much. But $5 times 350 is a good deal. So all in all, I think once everything's added up, minimum, this is going to be about a $2,000 purchase. I paid for everything $110. Also, not here, I got some vintage Pioneer speakers there. I'm keeping those for myself, but just kind of like a little sweetener on it that when you can buy stuff, make some money, and still get some stuff for yourself as well. So if you guys have any comments, if you're any electronics experts, I know a little bit about kind of all areas, but I'm not an expert on any. So if there's any vintage electronic collectors out there that know anything on any of these, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Also, if you can take the time to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that ring bell so you get notifications when we put up a new video. Thanks, and keep thrifting.